The other day I was thinking of what my dearly departed grandfather used to say whenever he was pushed to the brink. He would growl in his Glaswegian brogue, "Enough is enough, but this is too bloody much." I think that phrase has taken on new currency in 2020 as tone-deaf politicians and meddling bureaucrats continue to lock down Canada's economy, putting hardworking Canadians on the dole and bankrupting businesses that just mere months ago were profitable enterprises. And so it is that in so many jurisdictions, we have restaurants that are prohibited from providing table service to customers. We have gyms and yoga studios and martial arts dojos shuttered. And if you're seeking escapism at a movie theater or a bingo parlor, sorry, those are dark as well. These smackdowns are all in the name of public safety. But is that valid? The World Health Organization, proving that even a broken clock is correct twice a day, recently announced that locking down the economy is not a good way to handle the Wuhan virus pandemic, that this sort of cure is actually worse than the curse.
We really do appeal to all world leaders. Stop using lockdown as your primary control method. Develop better systems for doing it. Work together and learn from each other. But remember, lockdowns just have one consequence that you must never, ever belittle, and that is making poor people an awful lot poorer.
So here's the deal. Are you an entrepreneur on the brink of losing everything? Are you at your financial breaking point? Are you unable to pay the rent and all of your other expenses through no fault of your own, of course, but all because the state is demanding you to keep your shop closed for no valid reason? And are you at the point where, well, you have nothing to lose really, so you feel you might as well open your doors to your own willing customers no matter what the politicians say? If you plan to say to hell with these draconian measures being enacted by politicians and bureaucrats, many of whom are pencil pushers who have never had to run a business, who have never had to make payroll, well, if so, let me know by going to iwillopen.com. Tell me your story and I'll tell the world, I'll let politicians know the pain they're causing, that the so-called cure is far worse than the disease. And I'll let your supportive customers know that you're not going down without a fight. Our Rebel News chief Australian correspondent, Avi Yamini, he's done his part down under, and so many businesses told him their stories, and I could tell that gave other businesses the courage to open up as well. In fact, it was a wave of small businesses rising up, and their government blinked. And rather than trying to prosecute everyone, they actually lifted much of the lockdown. It began with Harry's Clothing, and then a hair salon opened up, and then a few restaurants opened. I think that's called a chain reaction, because none of these entrepreneurs are responsible for the devastation caused by the Wuhan virus. Why should they pay a price, any price? Why should they lose their livelihoods? That's why I'm proud to announce our latest initiative for Canadian businesses on this side of the pond, iwillopen.com. Are you sick of the shutdown? Do you want to get back to business and serve your customers and actually make a living? Tell me your story and I'll tell the world. So to recap, if you are sick and tired of these smackdown shenanigans, if you feel that you really have nothing to lose, then please tell us your story. Because as Pop used to say, enough is enough, but this, folks, this really is too bloody much. Folks, if you had enough of the lockdown restrictions, well, if you're considering opening your business in defiance of the state, I want to hear your story. Let me know by going to iwillopen.com.